Good afternoon from Flagler Field. Mike Licio here with you for a doubleheader between the Lander Bearcats and the Flagler Saints. Maddie Torres will be joining me momentarily, and I mean that truthfully. She's walking her way up here as we speak. First of two today. These teams will do battle again tomorrow morning in a Peach Belt series. We'll get to all the details in just a minute, but let's meet the lineup for the Lander Bearcats. Sage Jones leads off. She's the designated player. Gracie Derrick, the catcher, bats second. Abby Behe, the second baseman, bats third. Barbara Cook cleans up. Emily Allen bats fifth and right. Logan Coward at first, batting sixth. Shannon Antonini bats seventh in center. Riley O'Mahan bats eighth in left field. And the shortstop, Nia Jones, bats ninth. Rachel Hester in the circle, getting her 11th start of the season, 17th appearance, 5-6 with a 4.37 ERA. She struck out 42 and 65 2/3. First pitch from Rachel Hester is a strike to Sajari Jones. Sage is hitting .319 with no home runs and 3 RBIs on the season. Excuse me, as that's outside ball one. Sage enters on a 3-game hitting streak. She's hit .368 over her last 19 games. As that's fouled off. And we'll say hello to Maddie Torres. Maddie, how are you?
Doing good. How are you?
Doing well. It's
been a hot day this past few days.
It sure has, and it's no different today. 82, but it feels closer to 90. It's a 1-2 count to Sage Jones. Just off the corner, 2-2. Bearcats 20-12. They're currently in 4th place in the Peach Belt Conference. 4.5 games behind Georgia Southwestern for 3rd. As the count goes full. With a win today or a USC Beaufort loss, the Bearcats would lock up a spot in the Peach Belt Conference tournament. As that's flied into left field, Maseda coming in, but it's going to go foul. Saints 12-24. 7-11 in Peach Belt play. They are currently 3 spots ahead of Augusta for that 8th playoff spot. Jones slaps that one to left field. It's a base hit. 2-strike approach. She goes the other way, and the Bearcats get a leadoff single.
Number 17, catcher Gracie Derrick.
Gracie Derrick, 372, no home runs, 11 RBI on the season. Jones 9 for 9 on stolen base attempts. She's a first. As Rachel Hester delivers. First pitch is a ball. Madison Vogel behind the plate. Olivia Parker at first. Cassidy Crump at second. Abby O'Connor's the shortstop. Mackenzie Smith at third. Rachel Hester's in the circle. Paige Maseda in left. Stephanie Youngblood in center. Trinity Fry in right field. 1-0 pitch. Down and away, 2-0. The Hester family made the trip over from the west coast of Florida today. Rachel's younger sister Renee plays at Navarre High School, as that's bunted foul. Saints had one game on Wednesday against St. Leo. The teams decided not to play the second game due to a late start. So the Saints dropped that game. They've lost 9 in a row. It's the second longest losing streak in school history, the longest of the Catherine Grant era. As that's ripped down the right field line, and it is gone. A 2-run home run for Gracie Derrick. And the Bearcats lead 2-0. Don't see a lot of home runs to right field here. That was Gracie's first home run of the season, and it couldn't have come at a better time as the Bearcats lead 2-0.
Now batting, second base, number 8, Abby Beatty.
Sage Jones gets her 31st run scored of the year. So Abby Behe comes up, 392 on the season. She leads the conference in doubles. She's 9th in batting average. By the way, Gracie Derrick now hitting over 500. In her last 10 games. It's 1-1 to Behe. Fly ball to right field. Fry comes in. She has it, and there's one away. Barbara Cook. 313, 7 home runs, 21 RBI. 7 home runs leads the team. 21 RBI is third. Barbara is currently 10th in the Peach Belt Conference in walks and 5th in saves. Walks at the plate, so the good kind of walks, the ones that hitters get. And she cuts and misses on that drop from Hester.
You got us 2 line, here we go. Come on, work contact, feet up, let's go.
Off the corner, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. 1 home run, the difference in this game. It's 2-0. Cut on and missed, 1-2. Maddie, this has been what I've dubbed the busiest week ever for me. This is actually my 5th game since Monday, and I've got 2 more today.
Wow. Sounds like a long week, and then on top of what you do normally.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been hectic, but, you know, you don't get many chances to do things like this, so you take advantage of everyone you can.
Definitely.
It's 2-2. Rachel Hester gets her to climb the ladder. And there's 2 away.
I think as the semester's starting to finish up, they're trying to get us all the games in scan.
Saints will have, this is it turned into a 6-game homestand as one of the doubleheaders only was 1 game. So they'll have 3 here with Lander after hosting St. Leo Wednesday. And Florida Southern comes to town from Lakeland on Tuesday. Up and in to Emily Allen. Emily, 373, 1 home run, 20 RBI on the season. Lander comes in 4th in the Peach Belt in hitting, 54th in the nation. That's a fly ball to Fry. She has it, and the side is retired, but the damage is done. Gracie Derrick sends one towards the soccer field. It's 2-0 Bearcats. We go to the bottom of the 1st. Starting lineup for the Saints. Paige Maceda leads off in left field. This will be our 151st consecutive game. Abby O'Connor bats second at short. Cassidy Crump is the second baseman batting third. Olivia Parker cleans up at first. Mackenzie Smith batting fifth at third. Trinity Fry in right field bats sixth. The designated player today is Courtney Robinson. She bats seventh. Stephanie Youngblood in center field batting eighth, and Madison Vogels, the catcher, batting ninth. In the circle for the Bearcats, my very, very good friend, T-Sizzle. Taylor Scott has returned home to Flagler Field. And boy, what a year she's having at Lander. She's 12-4, making her 19th appearance, her 15th start, 10 complete games, 4 shutouts, and even a save for the right-hander. Paige Maceda, 292. Fouls that off, 4 home runs, 12 RBI. Maceda hitting .308 over her last 5 games. Has played in every game that she's dressed for as a Saint. And gets hit by Taylor Scott. Oh, they're saying that she reached out for that one. So they're calling that a strike. It looked inside, but you don't see that call very often. So Taylor Scott enters 5-0 with a 2.41 ERA in her last 5 starts. The last time the Bearcats were here, Taylor Scott beat them in 13 innings. Second longest appearance in school history. So that's a ball. Outside. And it's 3-1. Fouled off, and the count is full. Payoff pitch back to Taylor Scott. Over to first in time. 1 away. Abby O'Connor.
Now batting shortstop.
266.
Abby O'Connor.
No home runs, 4 RBI on the season. O'Connor fouls it off. Abby's struggled as of late, but she's gotten good at bats. Just sometimes the hits don't fall. Upstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fouled off and out of play. Gracie Derrick behind the plate. Logan Coward at first. Abby Behe at second. Kanaya Jones, the shortstop. Barbara Cook is at third. T. Sizzles in the circle. Riley O'Mahan in left field. Shannon Antonini in center. And Emily Allen in right. As that's lined foul. And this is what Abby does best. She really locks in with 2 strikes. I got this message from Taylor about 3 weeks ago, just out of the blue. She says, I miss you so much. No announcer is better than you.
How sweet.
Now you know why I'm such a big fan of hers. Fly ball left field, coming in and making the play is O'Mahan.
I just feel like if you take pride in what you do, it just comes natural.
I think for me, honestly, you know, and I don't know if I've ever shared this on the air, but what makes doing this special to me is at some point I realized that I do take a lot of pride in this, and I realized that it meant as much to the players as it does to me, and that was very special for me. And I get, a message like that just means so much. Cassidy Crump, 309, that leads the Saints. 2 home runs, 18 RBIs, which also leads the team. As she takes the ball. Ripped foul. That 13-inning game was last year. We talked about a couple weeks ago that my daughter had all her friends staying the night, and that was when Taylor Scott went 13 innings.
Wow.
I'm sure everybody else was ready to go home, and I was like, just keep it going. Deep in the hole, and that's a base hit. It gets by the left fielder, so Crump's going to get to second. She's thinking third all the way, slides in, and she's safe. And that is a 3-bagger for Cassidy Crump.
Now batting, first baseman number 10, Olivia Parker.
Crump's first triple of the year. As Olivia Parker steps up, 198. 1 home run, 13 RBI for Olivia Parker. Crump now has a 4-game hitting streak. That one down the middle for a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. A runner on third. The 4th hitter, Olivia Parker, at the plate. It's a game of inches because that was a triple that was about a split second sooner. If Sage Jones can get a glove on it, it's probably only a single. Which is not on Sage Jones. She made a great play to even get to the ball. It was hard hit.
It was.
Changes speeds, and that's chopped foul. And it's 1-2. Up and in, 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. 2 runs on 2 hits for Lander. They lead 2-0. Outside, the count is full. Mackenzie Smith up next. Should play continue in this inning. Catherine Grant is the coach of the Saints. 128 and 128. The Bearcats coach is Glenn Crawford. Jones knocks it down over to first in time, and the side is retired. I'll have some interesting news about Glenn Crawford when we return. 1 inning complete. Bearcats lead 2-0. Rachel Hester continues in the circle for the Saints. Sophomore from Navarre High School in Navarre, Florida.
First baseman number 24, Logan.
Her mom, dad, and 2 sisters made the trip down. More relatives on the way, I'm told. She'll face Logan Coward, Shannon Antonini, and Riley O'Mahan. Logan Coward, 255, 6 home runs, 20 RBI on the season. Down St. George Street for strike 1. A lot of parents here this weekend. Olivia Parker's parents are here. Her mom is here. I see Mackenzie Smith's mom. Rachel Hester's mom and dad are here. Paige Maceda's mom's here. Courtney Robinson's parents are here. Taylor Scott's parents are here. 1-1 pitch ripped the other way. That's going to be a nice snag by Trinity Fry. Oh, that had double written all over it, but Trinity Fry says not so fast, my friend. And there's one away. Lefty Gomez, former Yankee pitcher in the 30s, used to say the key to pitching is a clean living and a fast-moving outfield. We saw one of those things right there. So that brings up Shannon Antonini, who shows a bunt. Crump over to cover. Nice throw by Parker, and there's 2 away. Antonini,
now batting, left fielder, number 21, Riley.
a great player for Lander over the years I've been covering softball. And there's 2 away. Riley O'Mahan comes up. 206, no home runs, 6 RBI on the season for the left fielder. Count evens 1-1. Trinity Fry got such a great jump on that one.
Oh, definitely.
I thought that was over her head, and she just ran it down. That one misses away, 2-1. Count 3-1. Kanaya Jones on deck. Fouled off, and the count is full. Down looking goes Omahan. Strikeout number 2 for Hester. And the side is retired. Rachel Hester is retired 6 in a row. We go to the bottom of the second. Lander 2, Flagler 0. T-Sizzle back to work in the bottom of the second. She'll face Mackenzie Smith, Trinity Fry, and Courtney Robinson. So I started to talk about Glenn Crawford, who's in his 7th year as the coach of Lander, got his 200th win as the Bearcats coach earlier in the season, and just last month got his 500th win as a coach. Mackenzie Smith, 265, 5 home runs, 13 RBI on the season. Hitting .320 over her last 11 games. Takes that one for a strike. Taylor Scott from Milledgeville, Georgia, transferred to Lander from Flagler College. Attended at Embry-Riddle before that and went to the Georgia Military College Preparatory School. As Mackenzie Smith fouls that off. It's 0-2. You know, we try to find out, Maddie and I, some interesting things about players, but not a lot of bio information for Lander. So I have to go back to my own notes about Taylor Scott. Struck out 292 batters as a junior, was the Union Recorder Player of the Year. Won state titles in softball and track. So a multi-sport athlete. Airmails that one, and it's 2-2. And you can see Taylor really coming into her own last season, and you've seen that growth as a player continue. Mackenzie Smith with a hard hit ground ball. Behe up with it over to first. One away. And that brings up Trinity Fry. Make a great defensive play. Come up next inning. Fry, 214, 3 home runs, 15 RBI. Takes that one for a ball. That one buzzes the tower, 2-0. Speaking of players who've grown over the last couple of years, Trinity Fry definitely, you can see, getting better and better. It's 2-1. And it's been a tough year for the Saints, but they're a young team with lots of potential that are just going through some growing pains. Back to Scott. Over to first, and there's 2 away. Courtney Robinson, 225, no home runs, 4 RBI.
Now batting, designated player 15, Courtney Robinson.
Fouled off to start. One ball, one strike to Courtney Robinson. Kaylee Allen is the assistant coach at Flagler, the athletic trainer, the great Amber Melton. One pitch outside, 2-1. Taylor Scott currently second in shutouts, third in wins, fourth in complete games, fifth in saves, seventh in innings pitched in the ERA, and ninth in batting average against in the Peach Belt Conference. Fly ball, shallow center field, it drops in. That is a base hit for Courtney Robinson. Hit that one into no man's land. And you see that a lot in softball where you don't necessarily have to mash the ball to get on base. We saw with St. Leo on Wednesday, they were a team that only had 2 home runs, and they were both by the same player. And yet they were one of the top hitting teams in the nation. Stephanie Youngblood steps in. 1 for 5 on the season. Getting the start today, takes a strike. One thing I think that has hurt the Saints, no balls, 1 strike, 2 out, is Maddie Childs has been out. You know, they're missing her bat in the lineup, because that's cut on and missed. And it's 0-2. One and 2 to Stephanie Youngblood. She singled and scored a run for her first college hit against St. Leo on Wednesday. First of many. Slow roller. Cook over to first, throws it away. Youngblood to second, Robinson to third. And the Saints have runners in scoring position with 2 out. Cook is also a pitcher. She showed off the arm there. A rare error for Lander.
Now batting, Patrick, number 11.
The Bearcats actually came in 12th in the nation in fielding. So that's an E5 for Youngblood. Robinson gets to third. Glenn Crawford's assisted by Maddie Gibbs and Bailey Glover. Madison Vogel comes up, 1 for 17 on the season. Robinson had been 1 for 4 her last 14 before that hit. One RBI for Vogel on the season, and she's got an RBI opportunity here with 2 out. Scott delivers. That one's low, ball 1. Robinson at third. Youngblood at second. Vogel at the plate. Scott in a circle. Well, I just got the answer to one of my questions. I was wondering if Kira Gibson had her baby yet. She is due next week. Outside, 2-0. I try to keep up with the alumni as much as I can. Kira's expecting a boy. And some other alumni news. Former Saints second baseman Morgan Murphy just got a job working for the Colorado Rockies. Congratulations, Morgan, as that's a fly ball to center field. Right at Antonini, and she has it. So the Saints threaten. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 2 left on.
Lander 2, Flagler 0.
2 innings complete. It's 2-0 Lander.
This time, I'd like to recognize a couple of our corporate sponsors.
Top of the third.
Number 12, Kanaya Jones.
Kanaya Jones, Sage Jones, Gracie Derrick due up this inning for the Bearcats. Nia Jones. 304 on the season, a home run, 17 RBI. Rachel Hester continues in the circle. She's retired 6 in a row. One more bit of alumni news. Happy belated birthday to Alyssa Velez, former Saints infielder. As that misses for a ball. Jones had a great series against Aiken. She was 4 for 8 in the series. Takes that one for ball 2. Pulls back. Rachel might have gotten squeezed on that one. It's 2-1. Excuse me, it's 3-0. I'm scoring with my heart, not my head. In my heart, it's 2-1. 3-0 pitch. That's in for a strike. So now it's 3-1. Cut on and miss. The count is full. Sajari Jones on deck. And that is a 6-pitch walk. First issue today by Hester. And that brings up Sage Jones. Sage went to North Fort Myers High School, calls Cape Coral, Florida home. Transferred from Pensacola State, as that's a ball. And Catherine Grant going to have a quick word with Rachel Hester. Bearcats are from Greenwood, South Carolina. I think it's about 45 minutes north of Augusta, Georgia, and Aiken, South Carolina. Aiken, where the Saints will be next weekend, taking on the Pacers. Hopefully that losing streak will be a long forgotten memory by then. So the count is 1-0. Kanaya Jones at first. Sajari Jones at the plate. No relation. Rachel Hester in the circle. Hester deals. And that's fouled off, 1-1. One pitch, chopped up the middle, Baltimore chop. O'Connor steps on the bag, but not in time. And let's see if they score that a single. I would think so. They could score it a fielder's choice, but Jones goes to second. I think Catherine Grant wants to make sure that Jones still had a foot in the box when she hit that ball. I'm guessing that's what she's asking, of course. And they say she did. She was close on a pitch earlier in the bat, but that one looked like she did keep that foot in there. So Gracie Derrick from Chapin, South Carolina. No high school listed. So I think it's safe to assume that she did go to high school, as that's fouled off. So they scored that a fielder's choice. So not a hit for Sage Jones. Nia Jones at second, Sage Jones at first, Gracie Derrick at the plate. Gracie put the Bearcats up 2-0 with her first home run of the season. That one off the corner. 1-1. One pitch from Hester. Bunted, foul, diving effort by Mackenzie Smith. 2 strikes here. She'll have to swing now. Just wanted to pull up and do a little homework here. That was the first college home run for Gracie Derrick, so congratulations. It's 1 and 2 here. She fouls that off again.
You got this one, Kev.
Fouled off again. Rachel Hester was a 2-time All-State pitcher at Navarre. Closing in on the top 10 in some pitching categories here at Flagler, already in her sophomore year. That's a fly ball to left field. Maseda coming in. She has it. And there's one away. Abby Behe from High Point, North Carolina. No high school listed for Abby. Former Flagler staff member and my good friend Lauren Moore now works at High Point University in High Point, as that's a base hit to left field. They're going to test the arm of Maseda. A little too strong there, and that's an RBI single. It's 3-0. For Behe, her hitting streak is now 6 games. Her 28th RBI of the year, team leading 28th RBI of the year.
Third baseman, number 29, Barbara Cook.
As Nia Jones scores from second. Barbara Cook, transferred from the College of Central Florida, calls Tequesta, Florida home, went to South Fork High School. That's a fly ball. Maseda calling for it. She has it. And there's 2 away.
Right fielder, number 9, Emily Allen.
Emily Allen from Mount Dora Christian Academy, Mount Dora, Florida. Got a trivia question for you, Maddie.
Go for it.
Mount Dora, what's the elevation?
Huh. Can I ask where it's located first?
Lake County, Florida.
Florida. Elevation.
Because that's fouled off.
2,500.
Nope. So it's actually, it's mountain name only. It's 182 feet above
Really?
sea level. Highest point in Florida is in Walton County. It's 345 feet above sea level.
Cool.
You'll see every once in a while you drive around there, people will have bumper stickers that say, "I climb Mount Dora." As that's checked foul.
And it's only like 100 and something feet, as you said.
Yes.
You know, speaking of which, what area is that for Florida? Is that like North Florida?
It's north of Orlando, so it's like
Okay,
north central
okay.
Florida.
Central Florida. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it wouldn't be north central Florida. It'd be central Florida, but it's north of Orlando. As that's a ball. 1 and 2.
A few winters ago, I thought I had saw around in Titusville. I saw like a hill, but it looked like to me like big enough to be a mountain from Florida. And only to come to find out, it was just a dump hill. But it was covered in green. That I was like, wow, I've never seen one in Florida.
That's line through the middle for a base hit. Jones making the turn for home. Throw to the plate, not in time. It's an RBI single. It's 4-0 Bearcats. I was doing a
Number 24, Logan Powell.
Peach Belt baseball tournament game in Palatka. As Logan Coward steps up, she's from Wesley Chapel, went to Wesley Chapel High School. over on the Gulf Coast of Florida. Pasco County, I believe. But I was doing a Peach Belt game in Palaca, and Palaca has rolling hills. And there was a lot of home runs being hit, and I heard a parent from another school say, well, it's because of the altitude here. The St. John's River State baseball field is 40 feet above sea level, so I know for sure that's not what happens when I hit a golf ball there. The altitude doesn't seem to help. Coward enters today. As it's 1-1, enters today. Just 3 for her last 31. Abby Behe at second. Emily Allen at first. Hester changes up on her, and it's 1-2. First of 2 games for the Bearcats and the Saints. First of 3 for me. That same day was the last time I did 3 games in one day.
Wow, that's a bit much.
It was a bit much, as that is cut on and miss. Strikeout number 3 for Hester. But the Bearcats tack on 2 more. They lead 4-0. Taylor Scott continues in the circle for the Bearcats. Her parents made the trip down from Milledgeville today. She'll face the top of the order, Paige Maceda, Abby O'Connor, and Cassidy Crump this inning. Paige Maceda grounded back to Taylor Scott her first time up. Paige closing in on the top 10 in runs scored and extra base hits. Takes a ball there. She's currently 5th in school history in triples. The former Sun Lake Seahawk from Land O'Lakes, Florida. And it's 2-0. Page playing 151st consecutive game today, enters with a 3-game hitting streak. That's popped up. Behe makes the over-the-shoulder catch. And there's one away. Wind started to push that one away from her, but she stays with it. Abby O'Connor from Oxford, Pennsylvania, where she played for the Oxford area Hornets. Transferred here from the College of Central Florida. Abby flew out to left her first time up. Scott deals, fly ball left field. It hangs up there, and O'Mahan has it. And there's 2 away. Cassidy Crump tripled her first time up. She hails from Coral Springs.
Now batting. Second baseman, number 33, Cassidy Crump.
Went to Coral Springs Charter School, where she won 2 state championships. Played at FIU and Indian River State. And rips that one down the left field line. It's over the shoulder of the left fielder. Digging for 2 and getting in with a stand-up double is Crump. So a cycle, Maddie, is when you hit a home run, a double, a triple, and a single in the same game. Crump's taking care of the 2 hard ones, the triple and the double here.
Yeah.
Something to pay attention to. Olivia Parker from First Day Presbyterian School in Perry, Georgia comes up. Parker grounded to short her first time up. Takes one for a ball from Taylor Scott. On top of 3 games, I also recorded a radio show this morning. So that's a fly ball to right field to the track. And Emily Allen has it. So the Saints get a double, but leave her stranded there.
How's the radio show today?
It's a good one. We talked a lot about the NCAA women's final. You know, I was actually talking about that with Becca Binge from the Flagler Saints basketball team on Wednesday. You know, honestly, the South Carolina game on Friday night against Iowa was probably the best basketball game I've seen this year at any level. You know, and I've seen games from high school all the way up to the NBA this year, and that game was far and away the game for me. Final was kind of anticlimactic, actually. You know, Iowa was really out of it most of the game. They made a couple of runs to get it close, but just couldn't get there. Foul trouble was a poorly officiated game. I don't know if it matters who you were rooting for in that game. It was a poorly officiated game. You know, and it's not so much because there's a lot of fouls, because that happens sometimes. What always drives me nuts is when somebody elbows somebody in the throat and you don't call it, but then you call a ticky-tack foul the next time down.
Yep.
You know, that's what's frustrating. We're back to softball here. Shannon Antonini, Riley O'Mahan, and Nia Jones due up this inning. Shannon Antonini always seems to hit the ball well when she comes to St. Augustine. Grounded out her first time up. Shannon, a graduate student from Lassiter High School in Marietta, Georgia. Rachel Hester back to work, starts her off with a strike. That's the Rich and Mike Sports Show, by the way, on FlaglerBroadcasting.com. You can listen to it live at 7:30 a.m. I guess it's not technically live. It's on the air at 7:30. Don't tell anybody, but Easter weekend we had to record it early. As that's fouled back. And it's 0-2. Shannon's had a very accomplished career at Lander. She's currently on a 3-game hitting streak. Just misses with that one, 1-2. One-two pitch on the inside corner, down looking. Goes Antonini. Strikeout number 4 for Hester. Riley O'Mahan From Alpine, California, Granite Hills High School. Chops that one to Crump. Crump waits on it over to Parker. Nice stretch by Olivia, and there's 2 away.
Now batting, shortstop number 12, Nia Jones.
Nia Jones from Darlington High School in Darlington, South Carolina. Home of the Southern 500 in NASCAR. My son Michael will be headed there next month. Jones walked and scored her first time up. Takes that one high for a ball.
Is Michael excited for it?
He is very excited. He loves his NASCAR. Be a busy couple weeks. I think they're going to South Carolina the weekend after next, to Charleston, and then that's bunted foul. Then we're going to St. Pete to see the Yankees and Rays the following weekend. Then he's going to Darlington the weekend after that. So his summer's really starting early when you think about it.
Yeah. Kicking off to a great start.
Michael is not here with me today. He's actually at the Good Friday Mass helping out at St. Anastasia. Helped out at the Bishop's blessing of the chrism oil, as that's popped up. And Crump has it, and the side is retired. 4 in a row retired for Rachel Hester. We're halfway home. Lander leads 4-0. Bottom of the 4th, Mike Licio, Maddie Torres here with you. T-Sizzle continues in the circle. She'll face Mackenzie Smith, Trinity Fry, and Courtney Robinson. Mackenzie Smith from Tarpon Springs Senior High School in Tarpon Springs. Came in hitting .320 over her last 11 games. Hits a fly ball. Track. Wall. Warehouse. Mackenzie Smith. And the Saints are on the board. It's 4-1. Her 6th home run of the year. As Mackenzie Smith sends one to the warehouse. I said she's been hitting really well. Case in point.
Yep.
You can't get the 4th run back until you get the first 3, so Saints clawing their way back in. The man, the myth, the legend, Coach Joey Wiles, walking in.
You guys sound good on the air.
Thank you, Coach.
I know about the Mount Dora and how high it is.
I'm here to educate. Coach Wiles had 198 wins as the head coach of St. Augustine High School. State championship appearances in 2001, 2005, 2007. We won in 05. Great day. Trinity Fry from Beloit, Wisconsin. Takes that one up for a ball. Went to Beloit Turner High School. I interviewed Coach Wiles on my radio show for this 10th anniversary of that state championship, and he said that when he came to St. Augustine, a coach told him that if he won half his games, he'd be doing a good job. Well, 19 playoff appearances and 198 wins later, I think he did more than that.
Wow, that shows.
One of my all-time heroes. He doesn't know this. I've got a framed picture of him on the podium getting his championship medal from the state championship game in my office.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Big Coach Wiles fan. It's 3-0 to Trinity Fry. And she draws a walk.
Now batting. Designated first.
And Gracie Derrick going to go have a quick word with Taylor Scott. Coach Wiles retired in 2016, so it turned out that interview was the last interview he gave as the head coach of St. Augustine High. His predecessor was actually one of his former players, fellow St. Augustine class of 1999 graduate Brian Braddock. I have a lot of pride in the class of 1999.
I feel like a lot of things happened in 1999.
It was a great year.
Great year.
Courtney Robinson singled her first time up. She's from Santa Fe High School in Alachua. Did she go? First base umpire says no, it's a ball. We had our grad night at Disney at the Magic Kingdom, and we had Backstreet Boys. It's ripped to Scott. She knocks it down. Behe does get the tag, and on the first for a double play. So technically when you're scoring that, Maddie, it's 1 because the pitcher did touch it, 4 because Behe tagged, 3 double play. So the pitcher gets credit for being part of that double play.
Wow.
And if she doesn't knock it down, it's probably a single anyway. So just like that, there's 2 out. But we had Britney Spears and the Backstreet Boys as our grad night acts. So that's how far back we're going. Fouled off. Stephanie Youngblood from Jones County High School in Gray, Georgia. Yeah, just a few young up-and-comers performing. Is that fouled off? And you know how it seems like I know people everywhere in the world, right? I'm standing in line at some kind of promotional thing they had there in front of Country Bear Jamboree. It's like 2:30 in the morning, and somebody taps me on the shoulder and says, "Hey, I know you. You're Mike Licio." And I turn around, and it was one of my friends from my 3rd grade class.
Aw.
He had moved to just off the corner. Scott just missed with that one. He had moved to upstate New York in 3rd grade, and that was the last time I saw him. Him and his mom and my mom kept in touch, but then they moved down to Florida. He was in Winter Springs and happened to be at grad night the same night as me. That was also the last time I saw him. Derek tried to frame that one. It's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out after a 1-4-3 double play. The pitch changes speeds, and Youngblood swings over it.
The side retires.
First strikeout for Taylor Scott today. 4 innings complete. Bearcats lead 4-1. Rachel Hester back to work. She'll face the top of the order, Jones, Derrick, and Behe this inning. Jones has come up twice. She scored twice. Singled in the first. Fielder's choice in the third. Hester deals. That's in for a strike. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. It's 0-2. It's been up and down for Rachel Hester today. Gave up 2 runs in the first. 1-2-3 in the second. Gave up 2 runs in the third. 1-2-3 in the fourth. There's a pattern developing. Just off the corner, 1-2. Waste pitch there. That's a grounder to Smith, over to first, and there's one away.
Now batting, catcher number 17, Gracie Derrick.
Gracie Derrick, 1 for 2, hit her first collegiate home run in the first inning. She has 16 hits in her last 10 games. Takes a strike from Rachel Hester there. Rachel had a great freshman campaign, was in the top 10 in the conference in wins, games started, complete games, and saves. Was 27th in the nation in saves and 40th in games pitched. As that's dropped by Derrick, and she runs it out. More than one way to get it done, Maddie, huh?
Yeah.
She hits one over the fence for a hit, and that one she hit about 5 feet.
Really had to make the Saints work for it to get to the front.
I think there's some discussion over whether the ball hit the bat on their way to first. Because the bat, she dropped the bat and it was out in front of the plate, and I don't think the ball hit it, but I did see the bat out there.
I looked down for a split second, but I thought I heard the crack of the bat with the ball.
So there's some discussion here. And so it stands as a single and brings up Abby Behe. Abby 1 for 2. On a 6-game hitting streak. Catherine Grant wants an explanation of that one. Behe hit .471 during that hitting streak. And she does not agree with that one. So we're back to action. First pitch to Behe. Screams past Hester's head. And that is a single for Abby Behe. She's 2 for 3 now. Derrick to second.
Now batting, third baseman number 29, Barbara Cook.
Barbara Cook is 0 for 2 today. Struck out in the first, flew out to left in the third. First pitch off the corner for a ball. That's Derek at second, Behe at first. That double play last inning was just the 7th double play the Saints had hit into this season. As Hester blows that by her, 1-1. That is rounded to short. O'Connor over the first in time. 2 away. The runners advance. So Derek to third, Behe to second, but there's 2 out for Emily Allen. Emily had an RBI single her last time up. Came in hitting .389 over her last 13 games. She's 1 for 2 today. Off the corner, ball 1. Derek at third, Behe at second. Hester deals. Just misses that one. Two-0 pitch. Fly ball, right field, into the gap. It's going to drop in. This should be extra bases. 2-run score. And it's a double for Allen, a 2-run double. Scoring Derek and Behe. And the Bearcats lead 6-1.
Now batting. First baseman, number 24,
Logan Coward, 0 for 2 today. Fly ball, center field, track, wall, warehouse. It's 8-1. As Logan Coward hits her 7th home run of the season, that ties her with Barbara Cook for the team lead. It's a 2-run shot. And it's 8-1. Allen scores. Coward scores herself. Brings up Shannon Antonini, who's 0 for 2 today. I should have probably looked it up, but she had a ridiculous series last year. I think she was 7 for 10 in the series last year. That went off the corner for a ball. Action in the Saints bullpen. Antonini's a graduate student. Feels like she's been here as long as I have. You know, but that's not uncommon because of the COVID year, and then, you know, sometimes you have a redshirt year. You know, Taylor Scott, for example, she is a 6th-year junior.
Wow.
Fly ball, center field. Youngblood calls for it. She has it. And the side is retired. But Lander adds 4 more. We go to the bottom of the 5th. They lead 8-1. Taylor Scott back to work. Starts off. Madison Vogel with a ball. Madison Vogel from Parkland College in Bethany, Illinois. Went to Okaw Valley High School. Scott gets that call at the knees, and it's 1-1. Vogel was a three-sport athlete. You know I love the multi-sport athletes. Softball, volleyball, and basketball. Pops that up. Cook calls for it. She has it, one away. Back to the top of the order with Paige Maceda. Paige's sister Larkin plays at Palm Beach Atlantic. Her sister Jocelyn is a soccer player. Jocelyn, the number one fan of the Mike Licio fan club. As that is high. Nice snag there by Derek. Maceda was all first-team conference in high school. Was among the leaders in the nation in sacrifice flies last year. The ump's been pretty consistent with that low strike call, which is as much as you can ask for. It's 1-1. As that skips by. It's one of those things, even though it's not a strike, as a hitter, you can adjust if they umpire keeps calling pitches consistently in the same spot. What really frustrates you as a hitter is when you get two pitches in the same spot and you get two different calls.
Makes you struggle to when to go for it, when not.
Exactly. You just don't know, and so you end up taking bad swings because you think, well, he might call this a ball, so I have to swing at it. 2-1 pitch. Back up the middle. It's a base hit for Paige Maceda. Her hitting streak continues. And the Saints, for the second hitting, have leadoff runner aboard. Abby O'Connor, an academic All-American at the College of Central Florida last year. Also a multi-sport athlete, played basketball.
I can only imagine that the multi-sport athletes will have so much endurance to be able to last in all of those three sports.
And you learn things, as far as footwork and things like that you can't pick up. That help benefit you, especially basketball. Basketball is all about footwork. And if you're a shortstop, you've got to be able to move with lateral movement. You got to be able to move on your feet. And so playing basketball, you do a lot of that.
Yeah. You light on your toes, light on your toes.
That's it, exactly. Coach Weil sitting to my left, he had a lot of multi-sport athletes when he was at St. Augustine High. I would argue that 07 team that went to the state championship was better in basketball than they were in football. They went to the championship in football and then went to the Final Four in basketball.
Wow.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. As that's grounded foul. Played that championship game in the Citrus Bowl. Another one of those Mike Licio moments. I'm on the phone with a software company that we used to work with at my old job, based in Mosinee, Wisconsin, which about halfway between Milwaukee and Minneapolis, up in northern Wisconsin. And she says, I wasn't announcing yet, as that's fouled. I wasn't announcing yet. And she says, do you follow high school football in Florida? I said, I sure do. And she says, oh, my nephew's playing in the state championship game tomorrow, which state championship games, they usually schedule 2 or 3 in a day because they do them at the Citrus Bowl, right, or now Camping World City. I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, he's going to win his first state championship. And I said, what school does he go to? Naples. I said, whoa, not so fast, my friend. I said, they're playing my St. Augustine Yellow Jackets. I wouldn't chalk that one up yet. St. Augustine did fall in that game, 17-10. My brother and I went and actually tailgated at the Citrus Bowl. We got there at like 9 in the morning, as that's line foul. So even though it was a tough day on the field, it was a fun memory because my brother was a senior that year. I took the day off from work. We got there early. We tailgated, throw the football around a little bit, cooked out.
That's cool.
Had a good day.
Well, I'll bet. Only been to the Citrus Bowl one time, and that was to watch the DCI show of 2018.
I've been there twice. I was there as a spectator when St. Augustine went to the state championship, and when Ponte Vedra High School, nice throw back as Masada gets back. When Ponte Vedra High School went to the state championship in 2015, I actually got to call that game. That was a loaded American Heritage team that had 4 guys drafted,
Wow.
including the Jaguars' Tyson Campbell.
That is something.
Patrick Surtain, who now plays in the NFL, was on that team, and he had so many offers in the SEC, it was easier to name the schools that didn't give him an offer. And I'm assuming it wasn't because they didn't want him, but when you've got Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee on the list, he's probably not coming to Vanderbilt. He ended up at Alabama. That's when you've been around a long time, when players you announced in high school are playing in the NFL. As that's a ball, and it's 3-2. Abby O'Connor, the queen of long at bats. This is the 9th pitch of this one. As she gets more comfortable at the college level, she's going to be a dangerous hitter because of her command of the strike zone and her ability to foul pitches off. Fly ball, center field. Antonini has it. And there's 2 away. Or excuse me, yes, 2 away. See, Abby O'Connor, again, that's a 9-pitch at bat. She's 0 for 3 today, but she's had great at bats. Sometimes, I think she needs to get on top of the ball a little more. As the coach goes out to have a word with Taylor Scott.
Yeah, I think that's what makes sports very interesting. Like when you work or are familiar with it for a few years, you start seeing where the progression with the athletes. I think that's very cool that you got to see a lot of the high school students go up and be able to go up into like the NFL, as you mentioned.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I remember Coach Wiles won't want to remember this one, but Laramie Tunsil, when he was at Columbia High School in Lake City, I think he was a junior that year, but he was... It was almost like, it felt like, they'd line up with a tight end on that side, and the tight end would take out one guy, and then Tunsil would take out 2 more. But, and he was a first-round draft pick. Somebody who might be looking to look out for that I announced in high school is Western Kentucky quarterback Austin Reed. Won a national championship at West Florida, transferred to Western Kentucky, one of the leaders in the nation in passing last year. So Cassidy Crump, triple, that's foul, a triple and a double. So halfway to the cycle, and she's taking care of the 2 hardest ones to get. Mercedes the runner at first. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out to the number 3 hitter, Cassidy Crump, the 4th batter this inning being the 5th. I was going to try to get to 6, but I ran out of... I got to 7 once. That was great. That was a great day. That one gets away. Wild pitch by Scott. And Masada moves to second. Probably a good time to note that I am not the official scorer. It's 1-1. Becca Benge in the house. Saints guard. That one low, 2-1. I got to catch up with Taylor Scott a little bit before the game. She misses Flagler, but she loves Lander.
That's good.
She said her parents come visit her often, which helps when you're away from home. If you're, you get to see your mom and dad. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out.
I'm assuming she's from Florida?
She's from Milledgeville, Georgia, actually, but
Oh.
she played here for the last 2 seasons. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Back up the middle. That one off the glove of Scott. And that's going to be a hit. Taylor's hands are so quick and she's so tall that she can get to some of those balls that, it's just instinct. And, whereas Rachel Hester might not be able to get up, might have the quickness to get the glove up there, it's going to bounce over her. Yeah. Taylor's so tall that she's
kind of just shooting up the
yep.
arm.
All right, so Crump is now 3/4 of the way. She needs a home run for the cycle. Runners at the corners, 2 on, 2 out for Olivia Parker. Olivia was freshman of the week 2 times last year. Takes that one for a strike. Parker's batting average, hasn't been great, but she's been great in these situations when it's time to drive in runs. She's been very good at that. Coming through when it matters most. It's 1-1 as Derek checks the runner at first. Mercedes is at third. Crump is at first. I don't know when the last time a Saint hit for the cycle, or if ever. I have to reach out to John Jordan on that.
Pop up. Oh.
And that is a collision in center field. And 2 runs will score.
That'll constitute as an error, I think.
Somebody's got, there's got to be better communication on that. But I said Parker drives in runs when she needs to. She just drove in 2 there.
Yep.
It's 8-3. So Saints climbing back into it, and Mackenzie Smith has already sent one to the warehouse today. 2-out rally by the Saints. That one skipped in for a ball. Throw behind the runner. Parker gets back. Pitch was a ball. So an illegal pitch called against Taylor Scott, so it's 2-0. That went in for a strike. It's 2-1. That went in. I believe it's ball 3. Fly ball into the gap in right field, and what a play to get there by Allen. She runs that one down. Saints get 2 back. They go to the top of the 6th, trailing 8-3. New pitcher for the Saints. Madeline Wise making her 15th appearance of the year, her 11th out of the bullpen. 1-5 with a 4.17 ERA, struck out 41 and 50 in a third. Maddie Wise, 72nd career appearance. That's 6th all-time in school history. With 2 innings pitched, she'll move 1/3 of an inning shy from Donna Manafu for next on the all-time innings pitched list. She's 6th in school history in strikeouts, 4th in complete games, 5th in shutouts. And she's ahead of Omaha, is ahead of the count 1-0. Riley 0 for 2 today. Maddie from not too far down the road from Lander in Edgefield, South Carolina. Went to Strom Thurmond High School. Want to talk about in playing another sport and helping your endurance as an athlete. Maddie was a swimmer in high school.
Oh, wow.
As that slap foul. Outs are important. The Saints could chip away. They'll get 2 more opportunities. They've just got to keep it here at 5 runs. As that's grounded, backhanded by Smith over to Parker, 1 away. That's why they call it the hot corner, because that ball will get on you in a hurry. Nia Jones popped to second her last time up, walked and scored in the third. That one skipped in for a ball. Maddie Wise pitched 2 innings, had 2 runs, both unearned against St. Leo. Not in for a strike, 2-1. That one right down St. George Street, and the count's 2-2. I was on St. George Street Wednesday.
Was it fun?
Eh,
I feel like after a while it just gets repetitive.
it was the closest place I could find to park to the cathedral.
Oh, true.
Wish I had more time, but busiest week ever. I got done with the Bishop's Mass, and then Michael and I grabbed a quick bite to eat at a local Philly cheesesteak establishment down there, and then made our way over here. Well, I made my way over here. Grounded to O'Connor. Coming across the bag, stretched by Parker, and there's 2 away. And we're back to the top of the order for Sage Jones, who's 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Sage extended her hitting streak, during which she's hitting .500. Takes a strike there, no balls, 1 strike, 2 out.
a bit low.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I remember us mentioning a few games back about difficult sports, but now since you mentioned swimming just a few minutes ago, I think that one might be one of the hardest ones.
That is chopped to Smith, and that's going to be an infield single. Sage hitting .377 over her last 20 games. Has her second hit of the day. Yeah, I can't swim. I probably, I'm old enough that I probably should be able to, but
Oh, like you can't swim at all, or like?
can't swim at all.
Huh.
Shocking from somebody who's been in Florida for 3/4 of their life.
Well, I have an aunt who's from Puerto Rico. She can't swim, and she's from an island. So, I guess
She's probably like, I'm never going to swim off the island. What does it matter? That's a ball to Gracie Derrick, who's 2 for 3. Hit a long home run and then a short infield single.
how we're taught to swim is probably a little unorthodox. There's a beach in Aguadilla, Puerto Rico. It's a port almost. It's like a dock, and you're just thrown off of it.
They say that's the best way to learn. Crump flips over to first in time, and the side is retired. We go to the bottom of the sixth. Bearcats lead 8-3. T-Sizzle back to work in the circle. Struck out one. One walk. Allowed 3 runs on 6 hits. But I believe 2 of those runs were unearned. I'd have to check with the scorer. Fry, Robinson, and Youngblood up this inning. Trinity 0 for 1 with a walk as that skipped in for a ball.
See, you got your sun cover today.
I got another one. I decided I couldn't live without it. They gave me my money back on the first one, so.
That's good.
This one goes up a lot easier than the other one, believe it or not. Remember how much trouble it was to get that thing?
It did. It felt
This
like
thing goes right
a
up.
person job.
I've been able to set it up by myself. It's still a little cumbersome, but it's been much better.
I wonder if you just got a
I might have gotten, yeah, exactly. I might have gotten a lemon.
lemon. I was trying to think of the word.
Fry was a 400 hitter in junior college. Made the all national tournament team. Fly ball right field. Allen makes her way over, and there's one away. Courtney Robinson 1 for 2. That was one of those where Taylor Scott being able to reach up and get a ball was to her benefit as she deflected it to the second baseman, who then tagged the runner and then got Robinson at first.
You know, sometimes I can't tell if it's planned or just perfect coincidence or just hits the tip of the edge of the mitt.
That's a hard hit fly ball, but Allen is over to get it, and there's 2 away. That's 3 straight chances for Emily Allen. She's been busy over there in right today.
They were doing the same thing to Fry earlier, though. Making sure hitting all the balls in her direction.
Stephanie Youngblood reached on an error her first time up, struck out her second time. Played softball and also soccer.
Nice.
Holds her school's record, Jones County High School, for home runs. No balls, 1 strike, 2 out. As that's ripped foul. After an up and down inning for Taylor Scott, she needed a quick one here. She's 1 strike from getting out of it unscathed. That one high, 1-2. You can see with the left-handed hitter, they're playing, the center fielder's playing more towards left field. As that's fouled off. Some schools, they just play straight up all the time. Some schools are real dramatic with the shifts. And then you've got a healthy balance. You know, certain hitters, like Georgia College, for example, they had the left fielder playing just over third base for Abby O'Connor, as it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out.
You know, it makes sense, but then sometimes you start seeing that the batters within a college just start always hitting the same area of the field.
Mm-hmm. And so I wonder if this is more of just a gut feeling by Glenn Crawford, who's coached a lot of games, because this is only her 7th college at bat, so there's not like there's a tendency. Sometimes you start to see tendencies in hitters, like you said, to put the ball in certain spots.
Yeah.
Count is full. If the inning continues, Vogel would come up. And that one drops a little early. And it's a 2-out walk for Stephanie Youngblood. And brings up a pinch hitter, Ariana Bosch. You know, as a New Yorker, anybody who has Jay-Z as their walk-up music, you know, it's going to make me very happy. She's from Winter Garden, Florida, went to Windermere High School. Ari hitting .289 with no home runs, 3 RBI. That one on the inside corner. Quick throw back to first. Youngblood gets back. It's one of my favorite plays is when the catcher throws behind the runner at first. Kylie Taylor was awesome at that. Maddie Childs is pretty good at it as well. One and one. Gracie Derrick keeping a watchful eye on Stephanie Youngblood. It's 1-1 at the count. At the plate. Fly ball. Track. Wall. Warehouse. Ari Bosch. Mitch Clutch herself makes it 8-5. Ari with her first home run of the year. Scores Youngblood. Scores Bosch. And it's 8-5.
Saints are making their way up there.
Ari loves these moments. She had 3 walk-off home runs last year.
Yep.
And that brings up Paige Maceda. Maceda 1 for 3, reached on a single and scored her last time up. Takes one right down the middle for a strike. That one away, 1-1. Maceda, that one lands safely foul. Omahan giving chase, and it's 1-2. Catherine Grant with a quick word with Paige Maceda. It's a tough spot pitching against your former team because you feel like sometimes they're going to know you pretty well, but Taylor Scott's been an excellent pitcher for Lander this year.
Having to pitch it against like your own team, as cliche as it sounds, kind of reminds me of the movie of The League of Their Own.
That's fouled off. Saints on the road in Dahlonega this weekend to take on North Georgia, the baseball Saints, that is. 1-2. Fly ball left field. It drops in. It's a base hit for Maceda. Her second of the game. 2-out rally again for the Saints. And Abby O'Connor, she's 0 for 3. But she had a 6-pitch at bat in the first. Saw 9 her last time up. That one just off the corner for a ball. That's chopped to Cook over the first in time, but the Saints get 2 back. We go to the top of the 7th. They trail 8-5. Top of the 7th, Maddie Wise back to work. She'll face Abby Behe, Barbara Cook, and Emily Allen. Behe 2 for 3 today. Singled in the 3rd and the 5th. Came in the top 10 in the Peach Belt Conference in batting average. As that one skips in for a ball. Currently hitting .400 on the season. Maddie might have gotten squeezed on that one. That pitch starts inside, but it normally breaks over the plate. Might have just missed her spot by an inch. 2-0. That one's in for a strike, 2-1. That one skips in, and it's 3-1. Barbara Cook on deck.
Come on, Ed.
3-1. Doesn't get the call at the knees. I take back what I said. He's been calling that all day. But it's a leadoff walk for Behe. Brings up Barbara Cook, who's 0 for 3 today. Struck out in the first, flew out to left in the third, grounded to short in the fifth. That one gets away. It's a wild pitch. And Behe goes to second. Maddie Wise had thrown the third most wild pitches in the conference this season coming into today. So an insurance run in scoring position for the Bearcats with no one out. Cut on and missed, 1-1. That's in for a strike. Beautiful pitch by Wise. It's 1-2. Behe at second. Doesn't get the call at the knees. That's a pass ball. And going to third is Behe. It's 2-2. Abby O'Connor gathers the infield. So a run here is pretty big because you want to try and keep it within 3 runs this inning.
I was just about to question that too. Whether they're going to try and get out the third going to fourth instead of worrying about the runner going to first.
Yeah, I would agree with you there that if there's a ground ball, the play is probably the home plate. The count is full. On deck, Emily Allen. Payoff pitch, grounded to first. Parker steps on the bag.
Yep.
Yeah, that one you have to take the out at first. It's right there.
Yeah, it was too close.
You take the chance that you don't get anybody out, so Cook gets the job done, though. It's 3 unassisted. She gets an RBI, though. Gets an important insurance run home. Again, like we were talking about, the play to plate. On that one, you have to take the out at first and then try and get the bag.
Yeah.
So,
for your opinion, how close would the ball should have landed that they could have gotten her out instead, coming to home?
I think you have to come up throwing, so you have to be thinking all the way, as that's going to be a base hit. I think you've got to be thinking all the way. As soon as you field that ball, you've got to come up. You've got to. You can't pick it up and look. You've got to actually just. This is Keith Hernandez, who played one of the greatest defensive first basemen in Major League history. Used to say when he was playing that situation, he would know as soon as the ball hit the glove where he was going, if he was going to first or if he was going home. So you have to come up and be already in your throwing motion when you come up. You can't, in order to even have a play at the plate.
That makes sense. And reduces the time if you already know what you're going to do. Yeah.
So Allen is 2 for 3, as that's a strike. Singled her in the third, doubled in the first. So she had a 1 base hit that drove in 1 run and a 2 base hit that drove in 2 her last time up. The good news is she can't drive in 3 here. I'm a batter behind, actually. What am I doing here?
And that scraped off her bat and hit the child's.
Yep. So Vogel takes one. What did I mess up on my scorecard here? I'm all out of whack here. Let's go to...
Correction, Vogel.
Because this is Coward, and that's Allen at first. So I'm a batter off on my scorecard. What did I do here? The longest week of the year taking its toll. Vogel checks the runner. And Allen steals second. Gotta mark your scorecard, Mike. It's 2-2 to Coward. Coward had a home run her last time up. I'm blaming it on the heat. You gotta keep it at 1 run. And that is a base hit. And in to score is Allen.
Now batting, left fielder number 21, Riley Omahan.
So that's an RBI for Antonini, and it's 10-5. I knew she couldn't go the whole day without the hit here. Omahan up with 2 out. 0 for 3 today. As that skips in. Antonini to third. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
Your attention please. Pinch hitting for the Bears. Number 32, Reagan Luxford.
So that's Reagan Lunsford from Pisgah High School in Clyde, North Carolina, with a base hit in the center field. That's going to score Antonini. And it's getting late early for the Saints.
Now batting, shortstop number 12, Nia Jones.
Lunsford now 5 for 19 on the season. As Jones steps in, she's 0 for 2 with a walk. That one just inside. Lander scored 11 runs in this game. They've only left 3 runners on base the entire game. Maddie doesn't get that call. It's 2-0. That's not a strike. Man. Maddie gets squeezed there. It's 3-0. On deck, Sage Jones. And that's going to be a walk. So first and second. I think Glenn Crawford is going to be making a substitution here. And that's going to bring up Jordan Sykes from Wadesboro, North Carolina, went to Anson High School.
Attention, please. Pinch hitting for the Bearcats, number 19, Jordan Sykes.
Sykes last played a month ago against USC Beaufort. That one a little too far inside, ball one. So now I have to watch the clock because I have basically a 30-minute window
to get to your next game.
to get to my next game after this game, as that is up the middle. Crump steps on the bag, and the side is retired. But the damage is done. Lander adds 3. They're up 6 as we go to the 7th. Olivia Veit comes in from the bullpen, making her 7th appearance of the year. 0-1 with a 4.50 ERA. She struck out 4 in 9 1/3. Taylor Scott's day is done. 6 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 runs, 3 earned, a strikeout, and a walk. 2 home runs. Cassidy Crump needs a home run for the cycle. Takes a strike there. Taylor Scott in line for her 13th win of the season. Fly ball, right field, to the track, to the wall, and she just missed it. I thought I was speaking the cycle into existence. It goes down as a long F9.
We've seen a lot of home runs today, so I wouldn't have doubted as well.
Yeah, she got just under it.
I think this is the most amount of home runs I've seen personally in a game.
Olivia Parker reached on an error, drove in 2 runs her last time up. Rips that foul. That's why the screen's there. It saved a lot of bumps and bruises and teeth, too, through the years. As a parent of 2, teeth are expensive. That pitch misses, 1-1. Fly ball, center field. Antonini waited on it a little bit. It started to pull back on her. She runs it down, and the Saints are down to the last out. Mackenzie Smith, she homered earlier today to hit her 6th of the season. Vite's first pitch, a strike. That one misses, 1-1. Vite, 1-1 pitch. That's in for a strike, and the Saints are down to their last strike. Not a save situation for Vite. And Glenn Crawford hopes it doesn't become one. That's off the end of the bat. Cook up with it over the first in time. And that's game 1. 11 runs, 12 hits. 2 errors for the Bearcats, 5 runs, 8 hits, no runs for the Saints. T-Sizzle, Taylor Scott gets her 13th win of the season. Rachel Hester drops to 5-7. Saints now 12-25, a 10-game losing streak, the second longest in school history. Lander now 21-12. Game 2 will be in about 25 to 30 minutes. For Matty Torres, I'm Mike Licio. We'll talk to you in a bit.